for Grants now! Thomas! Right at the end!
Tony Adams put through by Steve Ball. Would you believe it? Pierre is in for Arsenal and sweeps it home. It's bergkamp. That's magnificent. Stripped it away from Claude. Henry! And it's Arsenal! Arsenal, let's see! It's my first,
It's time to go!
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Claude and the BANSTAS. Thank you for joining us. Welcome for the Brentford versus Arsenal preview. And guess who's back? He's back again. My bro from another Mo, the best looking man on YouTube. And that's Diesel. And before I even say anything, Diesel, I just want to say happy 50th birthday the 40th birthday for last Saturday, mate. Happy birthday. Hope you had a great day and a great week, living it up in Bas Vegas and everywhere else with the stars. But no, in all truthfulness, mate, I really hope you had a great birthday.
Yeah, thank you very much, mate. People keep asking me, "What's do you feel any different being 40?" I said, "No, but I've got a really bad back." So if that's a sign, I just can't seem to shift it, mate. Honestly, but it's other than that, mate. Yeah, it was all good. Thank you. It was all good. It's a special one, isn't it? 40. If I'm not one who celebrates birthdays, I did when I was younger, but the older you get, you just commiserate it rather than celebrate it. But yeah, I've got to be honest. It was a good one. It was a really good one. And listen, I just want to say as well, my first opportunity on here since the birthday. So many of, especially you guys in the chat. Thank you for all the messages as well on Insta, on Twitter. So yeah, really appreciate that, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you to Terence as well for the message he put. And yeah, honestly, it's over. It's what's the word? Humbling. I'll use that word. Yeah, it's very humbling. And yeah, but you know what? The good thing is, as bad as it is, in my head, I'm like 40. I'm halfway to 80. Oh my God! It's the beginning of the end. Someone said it's the naughty 40s, right? And I like a bit of naughty, so that sounded good to me. And also, let's be real, a lot of people say I don't look 40. I look younger. Yeah. So, everyone's saying that, I don't look a day past 38. So you know what? It's all right. It's all right. There's positivity, Terence.
I'm just wondering, because you said it just then. It ain't time that obviously these girls are going to be in wheelchairs. It ain't going to be you in a wheelchair soon. Then is it with this back you're talking about, Diesel? Is it too much dry humping going on or what? What's going down?
I'll tell you something, mate. I tell this is one in particular, right? She proper matched me, yeah. She was like, "Yeah, you want to give it to me? I'm going to give it to you twice as hard." And she bloody did it all. And I'll tell you something. That's why I'm walking. I've got a bit of a hunchback at the moment. I'm not going to lie. So yeah, I'm not going to name her on X, don't embarrass her. But yeah, well done, darling. You done me good. But,
I don't think I've ever heard the words come out of your mouth. I don't think she beat you just yet. I think there's still another one out there, Diesel, that can go that extra mile.
No, there is. I've told her that. I just said, look, you just need to allow me a month. I'll be back good as new. I need to recover. Our age tell, it's not an overnight thing. It takes us a few weeks minimum, doesn't it, to recover. So I've said if she can allow me that time, then I promise I shall put a shift in next time. But,
in all seriousness, for me, I mean, you're catching up to me now, so that's good for me because I feel younger now.
Speaking of wheelchairs, I'm actually in one right now. But anyway,
do your stuff, man. Roll it off the ton. Let everyone know who's in the chat, mate. We really appreciate you all being in the chat. But Diesel, go for it, son.
Right, okay. My guy, Jake. Hope you're well, Jake. AJ Bites in the chat. We have a new guy called Raid Kostadinovsky. I think I pronounced that right. Raid, hope you're well, mate. Good to see you. James Dunlop is here in spirit, but not in person. His brother is in the chat. But he assures us that James shall be with us shortly. And when I say James, what I mean is Jimmy D. I'm so sorry.
Jimmy D.
will be with us shortly. Mike England's in the chat. Hope you're well, Mike. We've got David P in the chat. We've got Tayab Khan in the chat. Hope you're well, Tab. Who else we got? We've got Cold Grains TV. Sick name, like that. Daniel Knight's in the chat. We've got my guy Bertrand, the real one. Bertrand's in the chat. Craig Malloy's in the chat. Who else we got? We've got DJ Crane, lovely bloke. DJ Crane's in the chat. We've got Footy Chats. Footy Chats, by the way, thank you for your kind message on Twitter. I really appreciate that, mate. I'm sorry it took me so long to come back to you, but I was, as I just mentioned, I was recovering from being beat up of sorts. So, yeah, we've got Nick's in the chat as well. Hope you well, Nick's. I think that is it. No, it's not. Earl Lewis is in the chat. Tommy's in the chat. Hope you well, Tommy. Jack Ramsey's in the chat. Hope you well, Jack. Ben R28's in the chat. I'll be done soon, I promise. Samuel Pinsley's in the chat. El Keo's in the chat. Bad Boy's in the chat. David Brent, the Brent Master General. Come on, Terence. Lovely. He's in the chat. James Steele. Blimey, I ain't seen James Steele in time. Where you been, James? That'd be good, mate. Carn O'Connor's in the chat. Another nice guy. Liam R97's in the chat. That tweet you sent me earlier on, mate. You're bang on. Hope you're well, Liam. Alex Vincenzo's in the chat. Tony Blackwell's in the chat. Blimey, where's Tony been? Blimey, I must have wound him up. Ian Peverick's in the chat. Fala Sana. Oh, look at that. Sick name. Fala Sana in the chat. Boodycon's in the chat. Arsenal First is in the chat. And that is it.
Tommy,
breathe. Breathe.
Tommy just jumped in, and Warren. Don't forget, everyone, Warren's got a fantastic channel himself on YouTube. Get over there, give him a follow, and hit the like button also on all his videos. Great content he does on all. But yeah, welcome everyone. Hope you're well. Obviously, this is a Brentford versus Arsenal preview. Football is back. Starts tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Watch along here live. So please all come over and give us a watch and join in and let us know how you think the game's going and that. But first of all, we're going to break it down and we're going to try and talk how the game's going to go, where the transfer business is going, and obviously our predictions for the game. Diesel, football's back. Euros is finished. It's over and done with. Arsenal's back tomorrow night, Friday. How you feeling, son?
Do you know what I was? It's a Brentford versus Arsenal preview, right? So earlier on, when I knew we was doing this stream tonight, I thought to myself, do you know what? How do I play this? How do I approach it? Because obviously, recently I've been doing a couple of streams on my own. I know you've done some on your own, and obviously one, a good one last night with Kenny. Big up to Kenny as well, by the way. And obviously we have such a difference of opinion. I think the one thing that we can establish, I know obviously we speak a lot in opinions and stuff like that, but there is one fact, and the fact is that I totally buried you the other week. So that's a fact. But we can touch on that later. I just thought I'd get that in. But you know what I was going to say? To be honest, and I'm going to be honest, preview or not, am I confident? No. It's not so much the game. It's, for me, it's the lack of business. I'm sitting here now as a fan. I know what you're going to say. Negativity sells and all that rubbish, right? But at the end of the day, you got to speak how you feel, right? And and I think my whole thing at the moment, I just feel like a fan who's been lied to. And I know we've got previous with this club because they seem to do this every season. I know a lot of it is obviously to make sure that season tickets are renewed and stuff like that, so they excite us with a transfer war chest and this, that, the other. We're linked to every Tom, Dick and Harry. As we're sitting here right now, I know it's not closed yet, I get that, but as of right now, the season starts tomorrow and we couldn't be any less prepared, in my opinion. Me and you have both said the one thing that we did agree on months ago was we need to get our business done and early. We've got some done, don't get me wrong, but in terms of outgoings, we're both going to be seeing the lineup tomorrow, and I guarantee we're going to see the same old names. The start of the season, it's a very important game tomorrow. Don't get that twisted. Not so much because it's Brentford; it's the first game of the season. The first game of the season is always an important game because as we say about morale and obviously starting off with a win, bagging 3 points is consistency and that sort of confidence that will take us into the next game and stuff like that. So, it's very important to get off the mark with a win. And that's not just us, that goes for every team right now. Yeah. As we're sitting here right now, I can't help but I'm not excited by the season. I'm not. I personally think it's going to be the same old again. I think we've been lied to. Yes, we've bought, 3 players to tell, but we've not sold anyone. And as much as there's 2-3 weeks left of the transfer, it's been open long enough now to, for us to have got certain players out the door. We need a hell of a lot more in. The 3 players that we've got in are nowhere near enough to get us into that top 4. Forget winning the league. Forget that, right? Our aim really should be the top, for this season alone, is top 4. And I don't think Ben White, Tavares and Lokonga are enough to propel us from 8th to 4th. I really don't think so. We're talking about the game tomorrow. I look at it and I think Brentford, on paper, we should win that. But we've seen it, season's gone, a newly promoted team, their first game of the season in the Premier League, they're going to be buzzing. And they're going to have a crowd behind them as well, and they're going to be pumped. It's their first ever game in the Premier League. They're going to, and rightly so, they're going to enjoy it, and they're going to, want to put a show on, and it's in their, their stadium as well. They're at home. So I'm personally going to go for a draw. I've just got a feeling that Brentford, if we were playing him the 3rd game in, 4th game in, I'd probably go for an Arsenal. But as it's their first game, I can't see them not turning up. And they're playing the mighty Arsenal. So to them, we are a giant anyway, but to a newly promoted team, your first game of the season ever in the Premier League, you're facing Arsenal. It's a big game, so they're going to treat it as a big game. My issue is, will we treat it as a big game? I don't think so. But I don't think we'll lose. I think it'll be a draw, personally. So 1-1. We'll go for a 1-1 draw.
Okay, mate. Listen, great comments you was making. Obviously, everyone knows I'm an Arteta fan, and I think he's doing, getting us going in the right direction.
Everyone knows that, hence why we have so many dislikes. Go on,
exactly. But apparently, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Social media is all Arteta in, apparently. There you go. That just goes to prove fact. Again, like I told you on the last video, that was another fact. And that was just another plea to try and get more followers and more likes, more than me on Instagram, on Twitter, like you've been doing, Diesel. So we know we'll leave that there for a minute.
Hang on. You can't say that and not expect me to respond. You can't say that and expect me to not respond, right? The one thing I will say, right, when you look at these supposed super fans, right, and I'm not going to. Listen,
I'm not a super fan.
No, I'm not about you. I don't need to name names because we've got a very intelligent chat room, right? We've got a lot of people who watch this who ain't dickheads, yeah, right? They know who's who and they know what's what, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm not on YouTube. I'm not, me personally. I can't speak for Terence, but I'm not on this channel to make friends or to try and beg people to come on our channel or me to beg them to go on theirs, right? At the end of the day, right, a lot of these supposed bigger channels who have got a lot more subs than us, more views than us or whatever, right? And as much as I know they're chatting crap, because some of these people I've spoken to away from the camera and they are more Arteta out than I am, but when that camera starts rolling and they're Arteta in, they seem to get a lot more followers and stuff like that. Now I could go that way, and we all know who, some of these people who I'm talking about, right? Nothing but a bunch of wrong ones. Yeah, in my personal opinion, couldn't care whether they like me or not. I don't care. They're paying my bills, right? So the way I look at it, some of their channels where they're lying to themselves and, more importantly, lying to the people who take the time out to watch them and send them super chats, their hard-earned money, and all they're doing is spinning lie after lie after lie, saying, "Oh, Arteta, give him a chance," this, that, the other, when really they hate, they hate him. They don't want him there. Right, but for likes, subs, views, super chats, this, that, followers, they'll spin a yarn and say Arteta in. So really, when you look at it, if I really wanted to grow my Instagram, my personal Twitter, or this channel or whatever, surely would it make more sense for me to lie and be Arteta in?
I think it's a lot easier to be Arteta at.
Think about it.
It's a lot easier to be Arteta at. Let's be honest. 95% of this chat, as you know, are all for you, Diesel. That's fine. I've got no problem with that. You know, it's all banter and opinions and God knows what. But I would say roughly 95. I had a look back on the Arsenal, the one I've done with Kenny last night, and I would say 95% of the comments were all basically all against Arteta and all against Arsenal for what they're doing and God knows what. Let's be real. You know, that's just facts. You know what I mean? So what? And I don't mean that when I say that about you as a horrible thing or things like that. Obviously, you've got your opinions, Diesel, just like I've got my opinions. You know, we're all entitled to that. What other channels do, and I've got no interest in what other channels do, mate. Because if we did, just going on that, Warren, just going on that. This is what I
no prisoners.
I don't know. Hold up. You've already said, Diesel. You've already said that we've sold no one, right? So if we've sold no one, that means we've still got the same squad as last year, right? And if we've still got the same squad as last year, we've gone out and we've bought 3 players on top of that. So how can our squad be weaker than last year? That just doesn't make sense. Now, it would be weaker. It would be weaker, obviously, if we sold 5, 6, 7 players and we didn't replace them 5, 6, 7 players and we only brought 3 in. So realistically, let's be honest, it can't be weaker than last year. Because obviously we're not sold anyone yet, even though we're just on the verge, Diesel, of obviously, we'll get onto that in a minute, Willock being sold to Newcastle. It looks like it's going to go across the line and that's going to get done, but we'll get back onto that in a minute. But how on earth we can be weaker, let's be honest, than last year when we've signed 3 players and we haven't sold anyone. And don't forget, all these ITKs and 95% of the people in this chat believe the ITKs and they keep tweeting me and tagging me in these things saying, oh, what's going on with this? Why is Fraudiola doing this? I mean, absolutely, Twitter lost its fucking edge yesterday because apparently the ITK said and the 95% of these people in the chat said that we're going to buy Ramsdale for 35 million. It's across the line. Everything's going to be done. And then what happened last night? The ITK that everyone goes on about, Romario, said we've never really been that close to him in the first place. So who am I supposed to listen to? Who am I supposed to believe? Am I supposed to believe the ITKs? Am I supposed to believe the 95% in the chat? This is why I say to you, I don't believe anything until the player has gone to a team and holding up the shirt, or a player comes to our team holding up the shirt. Because otherwise you can be made to look an absolute mug. Let's be honest. Because people were losing their shit yesterday, Diesel, that we was buying Ramsdale for 35 million. And even in Romanio's tweet, he put, I think, that we were trying to get him for 15 million. Nowhere near the 30 or 35 million that has been tweeted. So that just goes to prove, right? That proves to me one thing. The Arsenal fan base on the social media are the most easiest fans to wind up. Because all one ITK's got to do is put something out there and everyone jumps on it. I don't know any other fan base that jump on ITKs like Arsenal fans do. Because it's got to be gospel. Now, it was gospel, apparently, that Xhaka was going to Roma. It was gospel, apparently, that Bellerin was going to Inter Milan. It was gospel yesterday that Ramsdale was being bought by Fraudiola, that I was getting tweeted to and messages sent to me that what is he doing selling Martinez for 20 million and buying him for 30, 35 million?
Yeah, but I personally think that's a valid question. Listen, I agree with you on the because I've said this myself, right? You know, like if we're going to talk real, yeah, I do agree. What
exactly.
You just said there,
sorry, Diesel. Sorry, 2 seconds,
oh,
mate. Sorry, can I just see one? And have you got that super chat up so I don't lose it?
Oh, Oregon Gooner. Yeah, can you see
Oh, sorry. Well, I'll just read out. Chris Davison, he's put, our fan base tracks planes, Terry. Most of our fan base is. Exactly. We track planes. I don't understand it. What other fan base does that?
No, he's right. No, I was just about to say, I agree with you because
sorry to interrupt.
No, that's right. I've come on here and said that, you know, that we are the media knows how to wind us up. You know, like they know how to play us fans, the Arsenal fan base. You know, but the one thing I will say, because I know you're not a lover of ITKs because you mention them all the time. When I did my stream, you know that one, that I did the other week where I buried you. Yeah, that one.
Well, the ones that
I did say on
back.
it, and you didn't come back to me on this, by the way. Right, you didn't come back to me on this, yeah, right,
Yeah.
which was quite interesting. You go on about ITKs all the time, yeah, and you're very quick to obviously, dismiss. Well, Fabrizio Romano is an ITK.
I don't get carried away. But hold on, I don't get carried away with it.
No, but Romano is an ITK. Romano is an ITK, right?
Yeah.
So when he tweeted out about Xhaka and about Arteta's said he's part of his plans and Xhaka to sign a new deal imminently and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember you saying, dismissing it and what is he? He's an ITK, and obviously look at all Arsenal fans because he's tweeted that everyone's gone mad. I think that was on the same day as Ben White, right? Yeah. So, but then when it turned out it was true, I didn't hear you apologise to Romano because Romano got it bang on. He got it bang on. Right? You didn't mention it in your stream.
Hold on. Let me come back at this. Are you saying that the Xhaka deal, with Arsenal?
He said that he was a main part of Arteta's plans.
Right. Hold up.
For this upcoming season.
Right. Yeah.
Fact. Yeah, that's a fact. We
don't know if it's fact check. We don't know it's fact check because the reason why I say that is because has it been officially announced yet from Arsenal?
Oh, come on.
Hold up.
He said it after the match. He came from his mouth.
Hold up. So, and what? Brendan Rodgers said it about Maddison. He said it about Maddison. Maddison's going nowhere. We don't know if he's going to come yet. We said it about Martinez. Hold up, we said it about
telling me Arteta said that, and then he's going to go and tell. If there's a chance of Xhaka being sold, Arteta would have ducked the question.
Did he say that about Willock? Willock is a big part of his plans. The other day he said it, and now he's gone to Newcastle.
Oh my God, seriously, you come on.
He said it the other day. Managers say this all the time, and the best one that does it. And if he was here right now. This is what really gets my goat. If he was here right now, Maureen, and he was doing it, saying, "Oh, he's going nowhere, because he's one of the best at it." Everyone would be saying, "Oh, it's not a problem because Maureen knows what he's doing. He's an experienced manager." This is the difference. And going back to the Xhaka deal, it's not been completely completed yet, right? I'm still holding out hope. That he does go. Now. The reason why I say that is because obviously who was into him? Who wanted him, Diesel?
Roma,
right? Now, apparently we're in for Abrahams, yeah? Apparently. Who else is in for him?
And also, apparently, Roma have bid 34 million for him. Sorry, they've bid it.
Whatever. Apparently, yeah, right. And it's been exactly, right? Now, apparently... Their deglicants, or however it's at, their negotiators have come over to England. Now, if we're going for Abrahams, why are they coming over? This is. I'm just putting two and two together. I might be wrong. I'm hoping that they're still coming over to why they're over here. They might be talking to Abrahams, but might want to talk about the Xhaka deal and all, because it still hasn't been completed yet. And it might have been a push. This might be me just talking a load of bollocks. I don't know. But I'm still, why he's here, surely he's going to ask the question and say, is there any possibility? Because apparently, don't forget that Mourinho is a big fan of Xhaka and he wanted him. And apparently this deal was done before the Euros and personal terms were agreed. So just maybe there's a little roundabout going to happen. Just maybe. It might not, and it might be completely wrong. But all I'm saying is, there could be something in it. But what we won't do, we won't look at it like that because obviously that's too positive. That's too positive to think about. Obviously, what we're doing is Arteta's obviously an idiot. He don't know what he's doing, and he might be right. You might be right. They might have signed a new contract. But what I'm just saying, there's a little bit of hope that there still could be, and it goes. I'll tell you what, with the Abraham one, I don't know if you know and people know, him and Arteta have got the same agent. Not that it means anything. But I'm just saying. And going, just quickly while we're talking about it, before we do, Diesel, obviously we've had this super chat up for ages. Quickly say that, mate. And then
sorry. Oregon Gooner, I hope you're well, mate. I think that's DVS, isn't it? Hope you're good, mate.
Yeah.
Don't forget, guys, as we said in my stream before, all super chats are going towards a world-class therapist for my friend here. But Oregon has put, Terence, I've got to ask again, what if we're below the top 10 in December? Would you still be Arteta in? Where are you planning to draw the line?
Well, I said I'd give him till Christmas. If it's Christmas, we are going backwards and we're not moving forwards and we don't look like we're moving forwards, then that is my line. My line will be crossed. I've already said this. 2 years ago I said it. And I've maintained it. I won't change like everybody else changes. And then picks up and then throws it down and picks up and throw it down. I don't understand it. But hold up, let me ask you a question, Diesel and Oregon, DVS and everyone in the chat, right? Because you can't seem to get past the blinkers, right? Because obviously there's just one way, and that one way is we're coming down. Hold up, the reason why I say that, Diesel, the reason why I say that is what are you going to say, right? And it's a big if. What are you going to say if we do win our first 3 or 4 games? And then what?
We're going to win the league.
That's what you think we're going to think. That's the difference. That's what you think we're going to think.
Oh, I don't think I know you think that. I know.
I won't think that. I won't be thinking that. I've already said we won't win the league. I'll say that there openly. But I'm going to ask you now. What are you going to do and turn around and say if we do manage to win our first 4 games? That's a massive if, obviously. We've got 2 massive games in them 2 games, Chelsea and Man City. I can't remember the last time we beat Man City in a league game, right? But what if we do?
Do you know what, yeah, right, before I come to that, right, see this comment here by Chris. Yeah, I find it very hard sometimes when I'm on this channel to bite my tongue, right? But Chris is bang on. This is what's embarrassing us as a club, right? Not the only reason, but it is one of many reasons. That is embarrassing. That is embarrassing. Now, listen, and for anyone, listen, this isn't Terence coming from. This is coming from me, right? So leave Terence out of this. This is coming from me. It's my own mind. What Chris has put there is absolutely bang on. You can't say one thing and then in the next you're bigging these players up. These players are losers. They shouldn't be here, right? Mm-hmm. The fact that they are still here is a mystery to me, right? Now, if we want to get better and aspire to get back to where we should be, right? All this rubbish about no one's got a God-given right. Well, I said it in the last stream, act as if, yeah? Right? Act as if we should be there. Because if you act as if, you're more likely going to get there, yeah? The fact that we're playing Brentford tomorrow, a newly promoted team, Brentford are nowhere near on the scale of a club like us. And yet, so many Arsenal fans, oh, Brentford tomorrow. Oh, I don't know, you know. Oh. Years gone by, Brentford. Yeah, anyway. That's one. Who are we playing next? We would dismiss it. And whether that's an arrogant thing or not, at the end of the day, we were that big and we were that good of a team. Little old Brentford. We're worried about Brentford. And I'm not being funny. It shouldn't. That's not right, but it is right. Do you know what I'm saying? So when I ask all these Arsenal fans and some of these guys in the chat, what's your thoughts on tomorrow? I haven't heard one person yet come to me and say, oh, Brentford, we're going to smash them, or that's an easy win. All I'm getting is hesitancy. Oh, I don't know, you know. We should win 2-1, but I wouldn't be surprised if we... It's that, tell. Do you know what I mean? That's where we've come to as a club. This is Brentford. We're not talking about Man City or Liverpool here or Chelsea. Brentford, with all due respect, right? Because they do play decent football. I'm not knocking them, but they've just come up. They've never been in the Premier League before. Yeah, we are a veteran in the Premier League, right? A big club like Arsenal, and our fan base are looking at this game and thinking, "Oh, I don't know, you know, I don't know." That just shows where we are. And people need to start waking up. And all these other channels, whether they're bigger than us or not, I couldn't give a toss about subs or views or whatever. Start saying it as it is and start speaking the truth, yeah? Because for a channel that has the slogan, for the fans, by the fans, I've never heard so much bollocks in my life. At the end of the day, if that's your slogan, stick to that. Stick to the slogan, yeah? Because we're the fans. Kenny Ken said something last night in your stream, which I thought was brilliant. They work for us. And I think people forget that, yeah, right? As much as people go on about aubameyang and Smith Rowe and all these Saka and all these players, right? When they're long gone, we'll still be here. Our kids will still be here. Their kids will still be here. This is our club. our club. Yeah, they work for us, right? At the end of the day, that's and do you know what? When he said that, I thought, do you know what, Kenny? He's got a point. That is how we should be. But so many of us have forgotten that now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Sorry, go on. I didn't mean to. Go on.
No, that's right. I'm just going to say, my dad's in the chat. Welcome back, Dad, for a change. Where
Charlie,
you been? I know you've been working hard, so there you go. But that's the difference. That's what I mean. I'm confident for tomorrow. I'm excited about the season coming up. I think we're going to beat them 3-1. I think, obviously, there won't be no trouble tomorrow. I think we'll beat them 3-1. I think we'd have a good team performance. If we don't, then obviously it's going to all come back on me. I know that. But, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm not saying that because I'm Arteta in. I'm saying that because I'm Arsenal. I'm saying that because I do really believe that we're going to go and win tomorrow. It's got nothing to do with the situation that we do. Do I think that our transfer window has been absolutely 100% brilliant? No, I don't. Do I think Arsenal's in the right place and going forward? No, I don't. We're getting there. And like I said yesterday, to even on Kenny's, and when I've been talking to other people away from social media, if Arteta does get the sack, then Arsenal are in such a better place than where we was 2 years ago.
How?
As a business, as a club, as a football team.
But see,
Diesel,
you get lost in the business side. I don't care about the business side. I care about what
exactly. You don't care about the business side. What are we as a club? What are we as a club? We're a self-sustaining club.
Yeah, but we're still fans. We're fans. We're not accountants.
We are fans.
We're not accountants. We're fans.
How are we going to change it, Diesel?
You buy your season ticket year in, year out. Right? You don't buy your season ticket based on this club as a business. You buy your season ticket to go to the ground and see a good game of football and to see results.
I go to support my club.
Right or wrong? Right or wrong?
Support my club.
Thank you. No, hang on. Don't twist it. You pay.
No, I go to support my club. I can't do nothing about it.
A good game of football, right?
Diesel,
and to see 3 points. Right or wrong?
Diesel,
right or wrong?
Listen, hold up. Let me break it down for you. I go to watch Arsenal Football Club because as a fan, as a person, I can't do nothing about Arsenal. I can't do it. We can stand there. We can protest like we said we was going to do years ago, and we can overcome things. People might sit there and say they work for us. Well, they don't, because we've got no say in the matter. We've got no say in the matter. That's just being truthful. You want to sit there?
It's that mentality there. That mentality you've got is why.
Diesel, if you want to sit there,
there's so many like you. There are so many like you. Right, you just give up. You give up.
It's facts. Yeah? It's not give up. How was that giving up?
Why did you buy a season ticket year after year? Why did you buy your season ticket? Did you buy your season ticket to meet up with the lads every Saturday? Or did you buy it to watch a good game of football and to see Arsenal get 3 points? Why
did I give up when Emery was there?
Tell, just answer the question, man.
I'm asking you a question. Did I give up? Right? Did I give up when Emery was there?
You're on about Arsenal as a business. I'm on about you personally. You personally. Why do you go to the Arsenal every week? Why do you go? Why do you go?
Diesel, did I give up when Emery was here? I hated him. I didn't want him here. But did I still go and support the club every single week? I'm not saying that I'm better than any other fan whatsoever. I've obviously got a season ticket, lucky enough too. I still went every single week and paid my money. What is
it? Okay. So does that make me a less of a fan than you? Because I did.
That's what I said.
Hang on. I did that stream you did. Your comeback at me. Yeah. Something I waited 4 days for, and I saw that. I thought, okay, whatever.
What?
At the end of that, I'm sure. Who's in the chat? Who would Liam and Jake? It was one of you guys. Didn't you say that I'm not a real fan, or I'm less of a fan?
I didn't say no. I never said that.
I dare call it out. See, you conform to this.
I would never say that, Diesel.
Just because I speak out.
Yeah.
See, if I see something's not right,
what I said,
I've got no issue. Just because I don't like this manager and I don't support him, right? Because I don't think he's the right man, doesn't make me any less. If anything, I'm probably more of a fan, right? But just because the club, right, have dropped their ambition. Why should I? Now, you can sit there and say, well, if you're a real Arsenal fan, you should just be able to put up with anything and support the club. No, I'm not supporting someone who's bending me over, right, and doing me up the arse every year. I'm not. Who in their right mind would do that, right? I'm only telling you things that we were told as a club from the club. Months ago, we were told overhaul. We were told this. We were told that. We were told this. We were told we'd knock down Highbury to compete with the world's elite, the Bayern Munichs. At the moment, we're barely competing with Aston Villa. As a fan, when you take into account all the lies and propaganda that they've told us, right, and we dare speak out and say, oh, hang on a minute. Didn't you say that we would, right? The minute I say that, oh, you're not a real fan. Oh, you're not a real fan. Why? Because I dare speak out.
I didn't say that. What I said,
but that's the thing.
I just want to reiterate what you said, because you said that I said that. I did not say that you're not a real fan. I did not say that. What I said
you
was,
called me a fake fan, and it hurt
what
my
I said
feelings.
was is that you showed more passion about the friendly when we lost to Chelsea the other week, and
what's your thoughts against Tottenham then?
When we won the Charity Shield and the FA Cup. You showed more passion about that friendly, because apparently friendlies matter then. When it matters to you, it matters. But when we was winning trophies, you know, oh, it's only a friendly. Who really cares about it? Let's be honest.
Have you seen me celebrate a Charity Shield? Have you seen me celebrate a Charity Shield?
What? Well,
so
why wouldn't you celebrate? Did you see? Why wouldn't you celebrate Arsenal winning?
On the day, I celebrate the win, but I'm not like you. 2 years gone by, I'm still talking about the Charity Shield. I don't.
No. I'm just making a comparison. I'm making a comparison. I'm not saying about you celebrating. What I said was that you showed more passion the other day when we lost to Chelsea than what we did when we beat them in an FA Cup, and then when we beat who was it in the Charity Shield? Liverpool.
Yeah, because tell. My stream happened to be on the Sunday, right, which was straight after the game. Yeah,
exactly.
Right? Now, we didn't know the result when I put the advertisement of the.
No, you put the emphasis.
Right? I didn't know the result. I'm not psychic, right? It just so happened I was going out. Yeah, we advertised that in the morning. Let's be real. We advertised. I didn't know the result, right? It just so happens we lost. Yeah. I then said to you the other day on the phone that we was playing Spurs. That is not a friendly. Right, I stand by what I said about Chelsea, but this game, oh my God, even more so. These are our most bitter rivals. There was nothing friendly about that, right?
Yeah.
Right, we lost that game, yeah? I haven't heard you mention anything about that, conveniently.
Well, you haven't been on. You haven't been on yet. I've mentioned it. That's not a problem.
That's fine, right? Because it's a friendly, isn't it? To you, it's Spurs, but it's a friendly, right?
Well, of course, it's a friendly. We don't want to lose to Spurs ever. But did I leave sleep over it because it was a friendly? No, I did not. I would much rather get the 6 points against them in the league. Most definitely. That's where it matters, isn't it? Surely.
Yeah, but tell when.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Am I
wrong?
Yeah, but tell. Right. You
need to look at it first. Ask the question. Am I wrong?
Look at it. No, yeah, you are wrong. Look at it a bit deeper, right? When you see me on these streams going on like how I do, don't you ever like sit back, watch it, and think, right? Look at the root cause, right? A lot of my anger isn't based on that game. A little bit of it is, yeah. Mm-hmm. But that stream, I went for what? Just shy of 2 hours. I didn't just talk about that game, right? I spoke about.
You didn't speak about the game at all.
A whole transfer window.
You didn't speak about the game at all.
Whole, right? Yeah, the fact that we've been let down, right? The fact that we haven't sold anyone yet. The fact that we were told, not my words, Mikel's words, overhaul. Right now, I've looked up overhaul in the dictionary, and I know what it means now, and I still stand by what I said. We have not had an overhaul. All I'm doing is saying, you told us this, you haven't done it. Why? Right? So when you see all these Arsenal journos asking, not really sticking it to Mikel, why not? Do you know what I mean? If we're told something and it doesn't, and they don't deliver, why can't we ask? Why can't we speak out and ask? Do you know what I'm saying? So, yes, we lost to Chelsea. Not the end of the world, right? Admittedly. But at the end of the day, and a lot of these people in the chat, our frustration is pent up not just from that result, but from other stuff that's been going on. And it all builds up. So when I'm doing my stream, right, and I'm talking about the Arsenal, and don't forget, I'm as me and you both do, we go off a lot of the comments that the guys put in the chat as well. So whatever we're talking about, we see a comment in the chat and then we touch on that as well. So it ends up you're talking about 4, 5, 6 things rather than 1, 2, 3.
Like from a different way. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, that's all it is. I'm sitting there as a fan, and I can gauge from the guys in the chat that a lot of us, how you're excited by this season, I don't know, because me personally, we've not done anywhere near enough. You just want to watch good football. If that's what you want, fine, right? But I want a bit more than that.
I want to watch good football. I want to see Arsenal win.
I want to get back
see Arsenal win.
If Arsenal finish 7th or 8th, but you get your money's worth and your season ticket by going and watching decent football at the Emirates, that will do you. That's enough for you. Well,
no, it's not. No, it's not. That's your opinion.
That is where you are.
That is the opinion. This is what gets up my nose a little bit, because that's what Arteta at people. That's what you think. We think. Why do we think that? Well, we know that we finished 8th. It's not rocket science. You don't need to keep telling us. We know that we finished 8th.
Yeah, do you know what? Do you know why we keep telling you? Do you know why we keep telling you? Because you say this. We finished 8th, but there's always a but. If Arteta gets sacked tomorrow, he's left us in such a better place than what we was in. Right? We finished 8 seasons in a row. Right? We're out of Europe, but I see what he's trying to do. You know, I can see he's getting us there. He's the man. He's this. He's that. And all of us normal folk here are thinking, hang on a minute, two 8th finishes in the last 2 years, out of Europe for the first time in over 20 years. But it's all rosy. I don't get that.
No. It's not rosy. This is what I'm saying, right? This is why I say we're in a much better place. And people, once they sit down and once they listen to what I'm actually saying, we're going to lose. And there's another one on all. Go on quickly.
Jack, thank you very much, mate. Jack's put never change. Love the both of you, lads. Come on, Jack.
Thanks, Jack. Thank you very much, mate. There's another one now. I don't know if we've missed another one.
Cheers, Jack. Come on, thank you, mate. And Oregon Gooner, once again, my guy. Hey, tell, who did you want in before Arteta?
I wanted Arteta.
You wanted him, didn't you?
Yeah, I wanted Arteta. I'm sorry. There's another one there, Diggs. I don't know if there's another one. I know.
To hear Qureshi, to hear the timekeeper. Hope you're well, mate. Thank you very much for your super chat as well. To hear's put, but if you're Arsenal, you expect the best, not crap. Thank you to hear.
There's another one and all.
Yeah, we'll dismiss that because you got.
No, I'm just trying. I just don't want to miss any. We come back to them.
Yeah, of course, Tell. Yeah, that's the reason. Oregon Gooner, thank you very much, mate. Once again, blimey, you're doing your salary on us, mate. Stop it. I'm getting embarrassed here. Oregon Gooner's put Wenger hangovers out now.
Right, just quickly. Thank you very much, Stevie. Yes, thank you. Appreciate it, mate. And Jack, who else with it? Jack and T here. Thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate the super chat.
Cheers, boys.
Right.
Thank you.
Listen to what I'm going to say here, right? This is what I don't understand, why people can't get it in their head, right? Aston Villa, right? They've gone out, they've bought players, yeah? How much have they spent?
Why are we
How much have they spent? No, let me give you an example. Listen, I'm giving you Diesel. I'm giving you an example, right? They've gone out and they've bought nearly £90 million worth of players. Why have they done that? Because they're sold Jack Grealish for 100 million, right? 100 million, one of their own. They haven't paid anything for Jack Grealish, one of their own. So 100% profit. Have
they got a 60,000 seater stadium?
Wait a minute.
Is their income anywhere near Arsenal's in a year, in a season?
Let me explain when you come back to me.
Do they take home 3 million per home game? Do they? No, they don't. Don't compare us to Villa.
Diesel, let me explain. Let me explain, and then you come back to me. Tottenham, what have they done over the years? Gareth Bale, 140 million, was it, when they sold him, whatever it was? Now they're going to sell Kane for 150 million, right? When is the last time Arsenal have done that? When was the last time Arsenal done that, Diesel? You can't, because we've never done it. We've never done it, right? Now, Hold up.
No.
When Emery was here, with Gazidis,
I didn't hear that last
I'm going to give you the part what I want to say, right? Now, when they was here, why did they not sign up all of our youngsters, all of our prospects?
Oh my God.
Hold up, Diesel, because this is the big thing, right? Why did they not sign them up? Because they was coming down to their last contract. And don't forget, you was one of them, a big part of the Arteta brigade saying, Balogun, why he's going to go? What a great prospect he is. He's going to be the best striker in the world, according to most Arteta fans. Why ain't we giving him a chance? He's going, he's leaving on a free. We're going to get no money for him. Same as Saka when Liverpool was sniffing around him. Same as Smith Rowe when apparently Villa was going to buy him for 35 million. Same as Martinelli. Why did none of them sign them down? sign them down, right? What these people have done now, Arteta and Edu, right? They've signed these players down to 5 or 6 year players, 5-6 year deals, right? As much as you don't want to talk about it and say, oh, you're just talking nonsense, Terry, this is facts, right? We're signing them down to 5-6 year deals. Now, if them two players like Saka and Smith Rowe go on and have the season after the second half of the season they had last season, and they go on this season, it's going to be a big if. Of course, it could go the other way. We know that. I know that. Everyone knows that. But if they go on to have a fantastic season, we're going to get teams sniffing around these players. Now, I do not ever want to be a selling club. Of course we don't, because we want to get right back up there. We want to be in the mix of things. But if you're going to get teams that come around sniffing, we want to sell our own grown players, the players that we have brought up through the ranks and are doing fantastic for Arsenal. We want to start doing the same thing, selling these players for 100 to 150 million. Right? They're signed down to this club now for 5 or 6 years deal. That's our assets. That's if we do manage to do that and we sold one of them players, are people fit to not realise that if we do sell one of them players for 150 million, that will definitely be reinvested in players themselves. Not that we want that to happen, Diesel. I don't want that to ever happen.
You're going on like Arsenal skint, Tell. They've got.
I'm not saying that we're skint. I'm not saying that we're skint, Diesel. That's totally different conversation with Kroenke and that. That's a totally different situation and a totally different conversation. We could sit here for days and talk about Kroenke and what he does right and what he does wrong. He does mostly wrong things, obviously. I think in the Forbes list, he was the 3rd richest German in the world. Right? So we all know that. We could all go out and do it, but he's not going to do it. He's got a 1 year, Jake, he's got a 1 year deal on top of his deal now.
Why more money?
What? For a little bit more money. But that's if it comes true.
But again, there it is. There it is.
Well, there you go, Diesel.
What has he done to warrant? Listen, even if it's an additional 10 grand a week, even if it's an additional 10 grand a week, you tell me what he's done to warrant, because that is a promotion.
Well, I'll
when
tell
you look
you
at it, it's a pay rise, right? You get a pay rise when you've performed, right? Yep. He hasn't performed. So you tell me what he's done to warrant more money in his pay packet every Friday.
I tell you why, right? Because I've spoken to a few Arsenal fans, and listen. I don't like Xhaka. I do not want him here. I would love to sell him, right? But they thought he had a fantastic Euros. They thought he had a fantastic Euros.
Arsenal.
What do you mean? What's that got to do with Arsenal?
Hang on a minute. So how many games, right? A fantastic Euros.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard.
Arsenal must give him a pay rise because he had a fantastic Euros for Switzerland. What's he done for this club? Switzerland ain't paying his salary. Arsenal are. So I ask you again. What's he done for this club?
I agree with that. Right? I agree with that. But like I said in that thing when I come back to you, why on earth would we sell Xhaka to Roma for £12 million and you would have been happy with that? But apparently they haven't got no money, but they can go and get Tammy Abraham for 35-40 million.
Yeah, but Tell, why are you looking at other? Look.
That's not looking at other clubs, Diesel. That's not looking at other clubs. That's making Arsenal look like idiots that we sold him for £12 million. Come on, even you've got to sit there and say, you know what? I've got to hold my hands up here. I don't want Xhaka here. Even we don't want him here. We've said it loads of times. I don't want Xhaka here.
We've also said we'd give him away. And then you once again change your stance on it.
Diesel.
No, we're not taking it. Was 12 million plus 3 million add-ons, right? So that equates to 15 million.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was 12 million. It was 12 million.
How do you know?
Because Romanio put it.
No. I'll show you the tweet. Romanio put 12 million plus 3 million add-ons.
Well, I'll have a look at that.
I'll sit here while you check it right now. Go on. I'll sit here. I'll entertain the chat.
That's cheap. But hold up, Diesel. We wanted 20 million. Why don't they just pay the 20 million?
Tell 15 million is good for Xhaka.
But Diesel, why wouldn't Atletico take 45 million for Partey when we got him?
So
what was we saying?
Xhaka's 30 years old. Xhaka's 30 years old. If we sell Xhaka next year, are we going to get any more than that? The longer he stays here, the less we're going to get from him. Don't you get that? Don't you understand that? When we try and shift him and he's on even more money than what he is now, it's going to make it double hard to sell him. Don't you understand that? Look at it long term. You look at today. Look at tomorrow, Terence. Tomorrow.
Yeah, look at tomorrow. Look at tomorrow.
Excited.
And it could also go the other way, Diesel.
That's your problem.
It could also go the other way. No, that's just my problem.
He's been here 5 years. How is he going to go?
I don't want him here.
Oh, he's going to turn up this season, yeah?
I don't want him here. He could do. He could do. He could do. He could do.
Oh, my God.
Let's be honest. He could do. I'm not saying he's going to.
So you guys in the chat, I'll tell you what, you don't know how lucky you are to actually watch a comedian on this channel every single week. I'll tell you, lucky sods you. Lucky sods. What? Oh, my God. He's never, ever done it here. And yet,
he hasn't done it here.
Terence, you and those fans.
He hasn't done it here, Diesel.
Could this be the year? 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 Wake up!
Diesel.
Wake up!
At the end of the day, I want him sold. £20 million. £20 million he was up for. That is nothing in today's market. Let's be honest. That is nothing in today's market. But yet you're willing to sell our club down the line, get rid of this player for £12 million.
Yeah. You know why, Tel? Because me and you both said to each other on the stream, right, these guys, right, all my witnesses.
I said it. I agree with you. I said it.
So why do you change your stance?
Diesel,
right? We moan about flip-flops all the time on here, me and you, right? And I always praise you, but because you always stick to it. I don't agree with it, but do you know what? I've always given you your props, yeah? The one thing I won't have is one day you're this, next day you're that. Come on, Tel. We've both said this. We've both said it. He hurts the team. Tel, if we've got to take a £5 million loss, right, he hurts our team. Do you know what, Tel? Take the hit. Because you know why? Tel, we need to get him out because he hurts our team. He slows the play. He hurts us, right? The bookings, the rash tackles, yeah? Right? His mistakes have led to goals conceded. He hurts us, Tel. If we've got to take a £5 million loss, right, for that pain to go away and disappear, take it. Don't you understand
Diesel, you know, listen, I totally agree. Hold on, you know, this is the same thing, right? This is the same thing. You know, when we say, oh, we're selling for nothing, we get rid of him. Yeah, hold up. Sorry, I wanted that comment out.
Oh, sorry, go on, which one? Who was it? Warren, yeah?
Yeah, was it?
I can't even see Warren.
So I've got it there. Just like you said there, just because we say something, right, sometimes we get rid of him for free, right, doesn't mean that, you know, that's 100% gospel. Do you know what I mean? What we mean is we just want to get rid of him, get him out of the club. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah? Do you know what I mean?
Terry, when else will get relegated, I'm going to...
No, not about that. I'm coming on to that. I'm coming at what I just said. Sometimes when we say things like, oh, let's just get rid of him, I want him, it's because it's a very reactional thing, what we say sometimes. I say it a couple of times.
I stick by what I say.
Right, so you agree with Warren then that we will get relegated then, do you?
Hang on, no. What's that got to do with Xhaka?
Because this is what I'm saying, it's the same thing. He doesn't really mean it, does he?
Yeah, I've never said Arsenal get relegated. That's one's opinion. I've never said.
This is what most Arteta out thinks. They think that we're going to be in a relegation.
I don't think that.
I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you personally. I'm not saying you personally. But most of the Arteta outs are all saying.
Warren don't mean that. It's a flippant comment, mate.
Listen, I love Warren. I love Warren to bits. He comes for me. You know what I mean? We have a good banter on Instagram. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is that sometimes, you know what I mean, you elaborate on just a little thing, and that's what I mean by
answer this.
Mr. Davis, you assured us the judge, the manager this season, you said by this summer, then the clear out will be... Listen, we've still got 3 weeks. I know that it ain't done yet. I wish it was done yet. We've still got 3 weeks. Even Kenny Ken himself yesterday said he reckons there's going to be at least 3 or 4 going out and there'll be a few coming in. Even Kenny Ken said it.
The season starts tomorrow. Why isn't it?
Give
ourselves the best possible chance. Because no doubt Man City, no doubt Chelsea are probably going to win their first 6, 7, 8 games.
31st of August. We knew that before it started.
Tomorrow.
We know when the season starts. This happens every year. This happens every year.
Oh, well, that's all right then. That's all right then. Oh, that's all right then. My God, why break tradition?
Honestly. Well, we did break tradition because we got 3 players in quite early. We did. I'm not saying that's great. But we got 3 players in early. We never do that. When have we done that?
It's a start. right?
It's just of course it's a start.
Yeah, it's a start. All right, and I've said it to you on previous streams. I've said it's a good start because we normally don't get anyone in until the last day of. So yes, it's a start, but momentum, keep it going. Do you know what I mean? Listen, Kolasinac, right? I've got a feeling in the next couple of weeks they're going to terminate his contract, right? That's what I think is going to happen.
There's
right?
two clubs.
Now, I guarantee you now.
Apparently,
if they, what I guarantee you now, when that happens, and it's going to happen so close to the transfer deadline, right? So many fans are going to. But well, hang on, if you were going to do that anyway, why not do it now? Why did he do it 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? Do you know what I mean?
I agree with that.
He's another one.
I agree with that.
Here, right? So this is what I'm saying, Tel. You know, that this is why a lot of and you can't blame them. I think you and Kenny Ken both said this yesterday. You know, fans who are having a moan, you can't really blame them, can you? Because we're being fed certain things. We get excited, right? And then when it doesn't happen, right, we're annoyed because we were told something, Tel, and it's not happened. Yes, it's not closed yet, but at the end of the day, if all our business was done, I'm on about ingoings and outgoings, by the time we play our first game tomorrow, I guarantee you now, a lot more fans will be, do you know what? Okay, like what I'm seeing. Right, now I've got that little bit of optimism. I don't like the manager, don't want him here, but the overhauls happened, right? We've got some, brand spanking new players in. A lot of the rot has left. Because my whole thing, and I've said this to you before, I'm more interested to see who goes. More so. And I've said this to you. My saying is clear the decks. That's always been my saying. Clear the decks, right? And at the moment, not one has gone yet. I'm not counting Willock, because that's not happened yet, right? So our first game is tomorrow. Not one player has been sold. For me, I think that's disgusting.
Well, Willock is sold.
Come and tell, you've got to at least admit that. It's a no-brainer.
I totally agree with you. I wished, and we've said this before loads of times, that the transfer window shuts before the football season starts. We've all said that. We all wish that. I don't understand why it always gets left to the last minute.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lose my shit until obviously the transfer window ends, because I'm not gonna make myself look a muppet and say all like the same thing that happened yesterday with the Ramsdale deal and all that rubbish. Yeah, we could still get 3 or 4 good signings in yet. And if it does happen, or say if we do, right? Say if we do get Madison or however you say his name, and a couple of others, right? Maybe Anana, I don't know, and a couple of others, right? You know what? The thing will be, this is what I'm saying, the thing will be from Arteta agenda, and I'm telling you now, let's be honest and let's be real now, Diesel, will be, oh, well, we should have got them in 3 weeks ago. Not that, oh, fantastic, we've got Madison. What an absolute fantastic signing that's going to be. He's going to help us push forward, and same as Aouar, it'll be, oh, we should have done this 3 or 4 weeks ago. Why didn't we do this 3 or 4 weeks ago and things like that? Which we all know we should have been done 3 or 4 weeks ago. We'll all with our hands up.
I agree with that. Because as much as if that happens, if we do get Madison and we do get Aouar and whoever, obviously we'll do a stream. And I will say to you, I'm buzzing for it. Don't get me wrong, I'm buzzing for it. But why wasn't it done? 3-4 weeks ago. If we know the price of these players, if you really want, look at Ben White. Right? Yeah. Now, I will praise Arsenal a little bit on that. As much as I think he's overpriced, in fact, I know he's overpriced. At the end of the day, right, they offered what was it, 35, 40 million? Brighton said no. 45 million, they said no. 50 million, okay, he's yours, right? So Arsenal thought, right, okay, we'll just put another bid in. We want him. You know what I mean? So in the end, right, momentum, we got him, right? Yeah, we bid 2 or 3 times. We really wanted him. We went and got him. Madison, surely Leicester have said, look, if you want him, that's the price. Match it or you ain't having him. Simple as that. So. Every player's got his price still. Every player has a price, right?
Every player
has a price. Now, what Arsenal need to do, right, is 70 million. If you want him, pay the money. We know you've got it, right? We know you've got it, right? They forked out 75 million already with no outgoings. That tells me they've got money. They gave Aubameyang 350 grand a week. They've got money. They can afford to give Xhaka a new deal or more money. They've got money, right? They've given Arteta 6-7 million a year for a rookie manager. They've got money. They gave Wenger bonus after bonus after bonus for failure, pay rise every single season. we're talking about a club that's got money here. Do you know what I'm saying? So they have money, right?
We've got money.
Yeah. So if that's the price, go and get him. Aouar, if you want him, go and get him. Odegaard, if you want him, go and get him. Do you know what I'm saying? But it will get to the last week and Arsenal will panic, right? We all know that they hire certain people to scour over social media to get the general consensus of the fans, right? And then obviously they report it back to the club, yeah? Right? But what I'm saying is, if you really want a player, if you really want, go and get him. Right, Thomas Partey, we all knew his release clause. You know what it is. You know the price. Trigger it. He's yours. Simple as that. Go and do it. And I think what it is, what you say there about if we do get all these players, there'll still be a large section of the fans who are going to moan. The first 2 or 3 games will dictate that, because if we've lost, say, 2 out of 3, and these players come in, I'll be one of them as well. I'll be looking at if we'd got these players in 3 weeks ago.
Yes, I agree with that.
There's a strong possibility we wouldn't have lost that game. Do you know what I'm saying? So already you lost 6 points. Chelsea will probably win their first 3 or 4, as will Man City. Not a given, but it's likely they will. Right? You're looking at anything already, they're 7, 8 points ahead of us. Do you know what I mean? So you look. It's so essential to get off to a good start. So essential.
Oh, of course it is.
Aubameyang worries me as well, because he's not scored once in pre-season. Yeah, he looks the same as what he did last season. And I'm one of big up Danny Cook in the chat, because I think me and him are the only 2 who wants him sold and has called for him to be sold. Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. You know, all these questions I've got. Lacazette, he's only got a year left. In January, he can start talking to other clubs. So what are they going to do? Are they going to sell him, Lacazette? Because the time to sell him till is now, right? Because they can still get some of that for him, right? Some decent dough. If they don't, right, I guarantee to protect his value, they're going to give him a new improved deal, a contract, same as Xhaka, right? I like Lacazette, works hard, granted. Don't get enough goals. He's not good enough. Right?
I agree with that.
Tell him. I've not heard one rumour about Lacazette, and that worries me. So that tells me he's still going to be here, right? Bellerin, what's going on with that? Do you know what I'm saying? Rob Holding, all these Kolasinac. Do you know what I'm saying? All of these. If Aubameyang doesn't score this season, if he has another season like last season, Lacazette don't ever get goal. You get 12 a season at a push? Where are the goals coming from? We still don't have a number 10. Smith Rowe, I like Smith Rowe, but let's be honest. I'm not going to pin all my hopes on him. It's not fair. He's too young, right? Saka will work his nuts off, but Saka can't carry this team.
That's the 2 part of their games that needs to improve the most.
No, it is. Don't get me wrong. But that will come. Right? I love these 2 players. But they need help, we can't pin it all. You can't carry a big club like Arsenal, right, when you're 19, 20. You just can't do it, right?
Well, we know that because look what happened. Yeah.
They're not messy, are they? So they can't do it, right? So these are the things I look at and think, where did it go? Oh, my God, where did it go? Because I can't see Aubameyang. I think Aubameyang's finished now. My personal, I think he's done. I really think he's done. Yeah, he's at an age, he's 31. He's lost his pace. He doesn't look interested, I can't see him coming back this season and having a proper banger. I just can't see it. So I'm worried, I'm not going to lie. I'm sitting and I'm worried. We haven't done anywhere near enough.
I understand where you're coming from. Just quickly, Sammy saying Roma wants to buy Laka, but Arteta don't want to sell. Again, that's just
paper top. Can it tell? ITK, can it tell?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This is the problem. This is the problem, Diesel. Is that a lot of fans have got their hopes up that apparently Roma's come in and wants to buy him, and then that's where people get dejected. This is the problem. Is that people do believe these stories when they see it in the papers. They actually believe that it's going to happen without no substance to it. There's no, Roma hasn't come out and said that they want him. Arsenal hasn't come out and said, well, there's bids in for him. This is what I'm saying. Stop going with paper talk. Wait until you actually hear some substantial evidence from the both clubs. Oh, sorry, Diesel. I think I might have put him off there, but...
Sorry, mate.
Oh, sorry.
Come on the door. Oh, yeah, go on. Come on.
You're right, yeah?
Yeah, go on. Yeah, someone at the door. So I've sorted it. Go on.
I'm just saying, just don't... Listen, we all want to hear about paper talk and hear rumours and God knows what. We want to see players go in. We want to see us linked to players, but don't take it as gospel. That's all I'm trying to say. And it could go either way. And going what you said... Aubameyang, yes, I'm a bit worried about him. I'm hoping, that obviously he hasn't scored in pre-season. He fucking saved it all up for when we do go into the season, and then he starts scoring because that's when we need it the most. Again, you know, obviously we didn't win the pre-season some of the pre-season games. He didn't score, but the when we do need him to score is when it matters tomorrow night if he's in the squad tomorrow night, Diesel. And if he does, let's hope he does. Do you know what I mean? And score. But
no, yeah, listen.
My main worry, obviously, for me watching the pre-seasons, my main worry is a right back. Now, obviously, you got Callum Chambers that can play there. He had a few good games last season when he played there. Is he the answer? No, he's not. No. I'm not saying he's the answer. I'm just saying I would much rather him than Bellerin, Diesel. That's what I will say. You know what I mean? I don't want Bellerin in the fucking squad whatsoever. I just think he's... Now, if anything, I think he's totally gone. I think he's gone. Bellerin. So for me personally,
gone as in out the door or gone as in talent-wise? He's finished.
Talent, I just think his pace is totally gone. He's done. His pace is totally gone. I just don't think he can defend anymore at all. I don't think he's got it. So for me, that is my biggest worry. I would like to see a right back come in for there. Obviously, we're going to be snookered a little bit for the first 2 or 3 games. Partey's out, Gabriel's out, and Eddie and Techie is out. Me personally, I think there's something there with Eddie. I don't think he's going to be like a fantastic superstar. Maybe he could be. There's just something there that I see in Eddie. That he what I like about Eddie is that he shoots from anywhere, and somehow, even in the goals, if you look when he used to score for the youngsters and that, they just go in. I don't understand. Obviously, he's had chances in the first team, but not that much really. But I just think there's something there. But he's injured. So, I can't wait to see the Conga and Partey in the middle of the pitch because I think them two are going to be absolutely phenomenal. I think Ben White had a fantastic game against Tottenham. I think he's exactly what we've been looking for in a defender. And obviously with Gabriel, we haven't seen him with Gabriel yet because he's been injured. So, when we get our full team back, going forward, apart from the right back, I'm quite content with. Obviously, I want players to come in. I want Maddison to come in. Listen, I can't really say that I know too much about aouar, and I've seen a lot of things saying, well, if he's only 25 million, then why ain't every other club going for him? If he's only 25 million and that's whatever. Listen, I'm not talking about, don't worry about other clubs, but why is everyone not sourcing him? The only reason why I say that is because I've not really seen a lot of him, Diesel. So I can't really say, oh, yeah, he's going to be absolutely fantastic, or, oh, yeah, he's going to be rubbish and I don't want him. All I'm trying to say is if he's only 25 million, that seems very low for a player who's going to be absolutely fantastic. Well, why are we the only fans out there that just want him at our club?
Yeah, I mean, look, just because we haven't seen any links to him in any other clubs, it doesn't mean that there's no other clubs in for him. Do you know what I mean?
No, I'm not. Again, you know what I mean? That's just paper talk. You know what I mean? Whatever. I'm just saying.
My whole thing, people can say, oh, he's cheaper than Maddison. I want Premier League ready players. Look, at the end of the day, well, he's a good, from what I've seen of him, he is a good player, but enough of this, these players coming from, from different leagues, and it takes them a year to adjust. We haven't got a year. I've said this to you before, right? The one luxury we don't have as a club is time. We haven't got time anymore. We don't have time. We need players to come in. Right, when you just said about Ben White, yeah, right, he had a decent game against Spurs. Obviously, we're really going to judge him in this, this season
in the Premier League. Yeah,
but from but at the end of the day, he knows the league. Yeah. He's ready. Right, there's
exactly.
He's ready.
I said that.
Yeah?
I said that.
I'm saying, right. That's what I like. I like the fact that he's come from this league. Yeah. Look, he come from Brighton, he would have done a lot of defending because Brighton, do you know what I'm saying? Like with us,
he was at Leeds and all.
We have a lot of the ball, don't we? We have a lot of the ball, right? Yeah. Brighton don't have that, right? So, you look at it and you think, obviously, he would have been overworked in defence, if you like, right? So he's going to come to us now, but he's ready. He knows this league. He knows the opposition players. These French players come, as good as they are, right? It takes them a while, and we haven't got a while. Go and get Maddison, man. Do you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. And I've loved Maddison from day one. I wanted him over Grealish. I wanted him. Remember, we used to, and I held my hands up because I got it wrong about Grealish. When I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong. You know what I mean? And I've said that a few times. Grealish has shut me up. Do you know what I mean? Fair play. I think Grealish is quality now. But But Maddison, for me, is the next best thing, man. Go and get him. And apparently he likes Arsenal as well. See, that's what I'm hearing. So
I think he's Arsenal supporter, but not that it matters. But I think
but that's what I'm saying. That should matter. Pull on that string.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? But for me, that's a green light. It's the same as when what's his name, Zaha. Whether you rate him or not, at the end of the day, we all know he loves Arsenal. Right? Arsenal's his club. So for me, I'll be like, right, I can use that. Do you know what I mean? Tug at the heartstrings.
2 seconds. We've got 2 super chats here. I don't want to lose them. Read that one out first.
DJ Crane, my guy. Thank you very much, mate. You've ensured that I'll get my steak again. Thank you. I need it, mate. I do. I need my protein. But yeah, DJ Crane, I'll try and be positive with Arteta in opinions, but the facts and reality is not there for me. Just look at Arteta's face. The man looks dejected himself. How can you get behind that? And do you know what, Till? He has got a point, because you do see, we saw that with Arsene Wenger. Do you remember? They used to call him the professor. Very calm. Yeah, every ex-Arsenal player, what's he like in the dressing room at half time? Even if we're losing, and we're playing poor, he's not one who comes in and rants and raves. He's very mild-mannered, very, right? And yet towards the end, you saw Arsene Wenger lose it a little bit. Do you remember? And you could tell. And do you know what? This is why I say my one defence of Arteta, and I don't rate him, the one defence, and I've always said this is why I'm so hard on Aubameyang, right? Because you've let that manager down. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think Aubameyang wants to play for him. I really don't, right? You can see it in the performances. And what I don't like is the fact that we've all worked under managers we don't like. I've had plenty of them, right? But I've got a bit of pride, Till. I still do a good day's work. Do you know what I'm saying? And I look at these players and I think that is my one defense of Arteta for me, is he's got players who just don't want to work for him. So I'm saying, and these are multi-millionaires. I go back to the money, because we've grown up watching ballers, Till, and some of them are bankrupt right now. When I read about Kenny Sansom and certain players of that ilk, right, who ain't got a pot to piss in, with all due respect, and I'm looking at these average run-of-the-mill players now who are multi-millionaires, and they're average at best, average.
Yeah. I understand where you're coming from there.
It doesn't, for me, it grates on me a little bit, that. It really does grate on me. And this is the thing. So tomorrow, when we see that lineup, other than Ben White, who'll probably get a game tomorrow, I don't know about Lokonga, right?
Lokonga will, because Partey's injured.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. All right. Those two. Other than that, the other, 9 players, it's the same old crap. And I think that's where a lot of Arsenal fans are thinking.
Hold up, Diesel. You can't say it's the 9 other players the same old crap, because then you're putting Saka in that. You're putting Smith Rowe in that. You're putting Martinelli in that.
You know what I mean?
But people get carried away with that.
Rob Holding. So you know what I mean? I'm not listening.
That's what I'm saying.
I love Smith Rowe and Saka. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying, in terms
hopefully Diesel, just quickly.
In terms of the Deadwood, Till, there's going to I'll put it to another way. There'll be more players playing tomorrow that we don't like than the ones we do like. Agreed? Just about.
I would say there probably will be, because of the injuries. Because obviously, if Partey and Gabriel was fit, I would obviously, if we had a fit 11 tomorrow, my team would be Leno in goal, obviously, Tierney left back, Gabriel on White, and I would go Chambers at right back. So that would be my sort of.
I've got Cedric. Yeah.
Or Cedric. I think even one. You know what I mean? But and then in the middle, for me personally, I would play Lokonga and Partey, and then you've got a pick of whoever you want. No, but I'm saying if we had, so it was Gabriel. If we had a fit 11, and then obviously up front you got the pick of Smith Rowe, Saka, Martinelli, Lacazette, Pepe, you know what I mean? Balogun, you know what I mean? Eddie and some people say Eddie Martinelli. And Keita. So you got like 6 or 7 to pick from there. So that's what I'm saying. So that's what Deadwood player would be in that we don't want.
So what? Let's see. So what you got?
So I've left that Bellerin. I've left that Xhaka. I left that Mari. I've left that Holding. We've left that Chambers. We've got Cedric there. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, look, I've said it before about Chambers. I don't actually think he's that bad a player. I would keep him. I've always said that. But as a squad player, as a squad, because I do think there are games when he comes in, and I don't think he's that bad a player. Right?
He can change. I think he can change the game on that.
Yeah. And plus, he can play multiple, positions as well. Leno, look, it is what it is. I want a better keeper, but that's not the top of my priorities, if I'm honest with you. It is a priority, but it's not the most important one, right? But as we know, obviously, we do suffer from injuries. We do get them, and at the end of the day, when you look at the bench as well, do you know what I'm saying? It's I don't know. There's just so many players.
This is what I'm saying, Diesel. Do you know what I mean? When this is what I'm trying to get at, and I can't understand when people. Obviously, it's such a reactional thing, right? It's straight in there, 100 miles an hour, right? But when you actually break it down and you look at it, right? When you just said there, it'd be more or less the same old crap that we got from last season. Well, we just left that 5 or 6 players. But the rest of them, we want to keep and we want to move forward with them. Plus, add on to them with Maddison, hopefully, and these other players.
Yeah, but what it is, Tel, right? If we're talking about, look, Bellerin, for example, Xhaka, for example. I mean, those are 2 players I just can't stand, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But because me and you, I mean, that's one thing we do agree on. Right? Neither of us can stand Bellerin, right? He's finished, he's done, right? Yeah. And he does too much of that off the pitch, and I can't stand that. You're nothing on the pitch. Concentrate on your football, right? And he doesn't, right? But because of our dislike for him and the fact that he's crap, we're now subconsciously we're looking at Cedric thinking, and let's be real, Cedric ain't great, decent. Guys, I'm not saying it's rubbish. He's decent. Yeah.
No, I get where you're coming from.
Decent, but because of our dislike for Bellerin, we're now holding Cedric up to a higher esteem than what we should be. What we need to be, right? We need better quality players. See what you said there, Tierney, banger. We love Tierney. Again, how he's not captain yet. Again, I look at this manager and think, you ain't got a clue. Because how you've still... Aubameyang still got it. I'm sorry. I'll never agree with that. But I think we both said that, Lacazette should not be here. He's not good enough. Not good enough. I know I'm the only one who agrees, who thinks this. And I know this is where all you guys are on Terry's side. I don't want Aubameyang here. That's just my view.
Listen,
we need better.
I think that's starting to change now, though, Diesel, because obviously, if he ain't going to ban in the goals and he ain't going to put in the work, then obviously no player deserves to be in the team. And just because he's apparently on free, well, not apparently, but he's on $300,000 a week, does not mean that you're guaranteed a first-team place, mate. It doesn't matter how much you're getting. I mean, you know what I mean? That goes to prove, because you look at Saka, who's only on not even half of his wages at the time last year, and you know what I mean? He was playing much better. So it does not mean
the club on his back. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right?
Okay, we've got 2 super chats here again, Diesel.
40 grand a week, right? Pennies compared to Aubameyang. Yet this young kid is carrying us on his back, and you, the captain, right, meant to be, Arsenal's best player.
Yeah,
you go missing, you go hiding. I've lost respect for him, and I can't help it. And I can't see how I'm on my own here.
Sammy's saying we're going to go for another 5 minutes, guys, because we'll be going for an hour and 18 minutes now. But Sammy's saying Terry wants Tammy from Chelsea, a reject. Come on, I don't want him. Who said that I wanted him? I didn't say that I wanted him. Listen, there's a lot more strikers that I would want in front of him, but there's a couple of things that I will pick up on, Tammy. One is the same as what Diesel said earlier on. You don't want players coming over here and having to settle in. Tammy can hit the ground running. He could do, because obviously he's played in the Premiership and God knows what. And the second thing I will say is what I didn't really look at and know before is that I've spoken to 6 Chelsea supporters since last night, and all of them have said that they don't want Tammy Abraham to come to Arsenal. They all really like him. No Chelsea fans got a bad word to say against Tammy. They all really like him. And they said they would rather him go to Roma than come to Arsenal. Now, I'm not saying that's changing my mind or anything like that. I'm just saying it speaks volumes that are we just turning our noses up at Tammy Abrahams because apparently we get Chelsea rejects? I'm asking you the question. I don't know, Diesel.
We've seen a lot of Tammy Abraham. In fact, he had a season at Chelsea where he surprised me because he did get score a lot of goals. But at the end of the day, you know what I think it is as well, right? You know what I think it is. If I'm being honest, and guys, if I'm wrong, you guys watching, let me know. But I can only speak on my opinion, what I feel it may be. We're in a transfer window where we're seeing Lukaku going to Chelsea, Messi going to PSG, Grealish going to Man City. We're seeing some big players, world-class players, top players, right, moving. And yet we're linked to Tammy Abraham. And I think, and it's really unfair on him, but as fans, we're hearing all these glitzy names, all the glamour players, moving, going from here to there, And yet Arsenal, really, we should be in the mix for these players because let's be honest, that's why we moved to the Emirates. That was our long-term.
Exactly,
plan.
yeah.
So I'm saying it's not worked out like that, right? Yeah. So when you see these big players being linked to that club and moving as well, and Harry Kane possibly on the move as well soon, and players off that ilk, right?
Yeah.
And then Arsenal were linked to Tammy Abraham. Arsenal got Ben White, Tavares, Lokonga, decent players. But we're in a window where we're seeing proper ballers move, and we're not even in the discussion for them. And I think that, whereas before we were, and I think that's where we that's where us as fans are like, why can't we just for once eat at the top table? Why are we always at the table at the back? And I think that's it. I said to you on the phone the other day, I'm not a lover of Tammy Abraham. I think we can get better. I think we should be aspiring to get better. The one thing I will say though is, I thought Olivier Giroud was very underrated here. I've always said that, right? Because I actually quite liked him. The reason why I liked him was because to score as many goals for us as he did in a team that just did not ever play to his strengths, right? I thought that was impressive, the amount of goals he got.
Yeah,
right?
he did, yeah. He started off really well that season.
People forget that. Not only that, he's a plan B. And Arsenal need a plan B for me. Right, so that tall, great in the air, Tierney with his crosses coming in, and Cedric on the other side. A plan B, like for me, is what we need. So if it ain't working, we need to shake it up. We need to change certain things. Tierney whipping them crosses in. We need somebody who's great in the air, right? So that's what I do think we need. Tammy Abraham, I don't know. I've been told by a few people he wants to stay in London, so he would prefer a move to. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear because he wants to play for the club, not because me mum lives down there, me aunt's round the corner, and me nan. No, I couldn't give a toss about that. Just because it's London. Come to us because you want to play for us, not because it suits your personal lifestyle. I'm not into all of that, right? And let's be honest, we've been burnt by the Chelsea because he is a Chelsea reject. He can't get a game down there. Harsh word, reject, harsh word, but he is. You know what I mean? He is. They don't want him, right? So if you don't want something, you throw it away, didn't you? Or you give it away, or you sell it because it's no good. It has no purpose for you anymore. So once again, I mean, we've been burnt, right? So I don't know. I don't know. I want better. I'm not going to apologise for wanting better.
No.
I think we can get better. I really do think we can get better. But if they get him, then I don't know. I don't know, man. We've got Martinelli there. For me, he's the one I'd be. I'd sell Lacazette, and I'd play Martinelli up front.
Yeah,
I think he deserves a chance. When he played up front, he got 7 in 9, or something like that, and then he's not played there since. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
That does make. I totally agree with everything you said there. Listen, I mean, he could turn out to be good for us. He could turn out to be another Welbeck. We just don't know. You know what I mean? You just don't know under what would happen with Abrahams. I agree. Like I said, he wouldn't be the first person on my list, but if he does come, we just have to wait and see what happens. And again, this is what I don't understand. A lot of people and a lot of fans out there want us to go and sign a striker to get us goals. But yeah, if we go out and get another striker from abroad, for instance, and he takes a while to settle in, Are we going to start moaning then and saying, well, Arteta don't like Martinelli because we're not playing him and we're not playing Bellerin and all that rubbish? Do you know what I mean? I don't want none of that rubbish all next season either. So we'd have to wait and see. Sammy's saying, Terry, why are you so delusional about Arteta? Why? Listen, I just like everything he's doing and what he's doing. I may be wrong. I may be wrong. Like I said, this season I totally agree. This season is make or break. It's make or break this season. There ain't no excuses this season. There ain't no excuses this window either. We've got 3 players. We've still got 3 weeks to go. I still believe, like I keep saying, we're going to get 2 or 3 players in and we get rid of 2 or 3 players, maybe 4 players. I still believe that. I still believe we've got a chance this season if we go out and get them players. I'm still backing Arsenal like I back Arsenal all the time. Even under Emery, under Lundberg, under Wenger. You know what I mean? We knew that, sometimes that we was never going to beat a team, but I still had belief that we could beat them because I'm an Arsenal fan. It's simple. And I gave my reasons as far as I'm concerned. I gave my reasons on why I wanted Arteta and the things he needed to do since he's got here. I said it was going to take time, and unfortunately it has taken time. It hasn't shown in the league positions. Of course it hasn't. Of course we wanted to do better under Arteta in the league-wise. Of course we did. But it hasn't happened, and hopefully this season it will change round. Obviously, there'll be a lot of fans out there who will turn around and say, well, we've done nothing. We finished 8th twice. I understand that. For me, this year is the season where he needs to step up. And if he don't, like I've said, come Christmas, if we're, falling behind, then yes, definitely I will be saying, look, this is not right. This is not happening. Things need to change. And if we're on a losing streak, or we're losing like everyone's saying we're going to do, all to use Arteta out agenda, we're going to lose our first 5-6 games, we're going to be relegated this season and all that rubbish, then obviously it needs to happen much quicker than that. But just on the other hand, because there's always 2 sides to every story. Just on the other hand, what if we do have a great start to the season? As far as I'm concerned, us Arteta fans who do like Arteta and, obviously want Arsenal to do well, have got to fight tooth and nail to the end of the season to see if it works. Whereas all you Arteta outs have got to do is just sit back and enjoy, basically. Because if it happens like you said it's going to happen, then you'll be right. So what's the difference? Because like I'm going to say now, is that even if we win against Brentford, everyone's going to be saying, oh, it's only Brentford. They've only just got promoted. Obviously, Arsenal should beat them, blah, blah, blah. And then if we do go on and beat Man City and Chelsea, which is obviously a big, massive if. Oh, it's only the beginning of the season. Teams have got to settle in. You know what I mean? Let's see what happens. You know what I mean? We've still got 36 games to go yet. You know what I mean? We've got to get through the season. This is what I'm saying. These are all going to be the lines and what Arteta out people are going to say. It won't be, yes, get in there. We beat Man City. Yeah, you know what I mean? Blah, blah. Let's not get carried. Hold up here. Let's not get carried away. Who's getting carried away? Just because we beat Man City and Chelsea doesn't mean we're going to win the league, but I'm going to fucking enjoy it. I tell you I am. I'm going to enjoy it, but that's a big if we do that. But I bet you any money, all the Arteta outs will go, yes, it's good, isn't it? It's good that we beat them, but come on, let's calm down. It's only the second game in. We've got 36 games to go yet. Let's see. All these excuses will come all the time. There's no excuses for Arteta fans and Arteta now this time. There ain't. But there's thousands of excuses for the Arteta outs. That's facts, Diesel. It's facts.
Yeah, but the facts are, if Arsenal have a good season, we're the ones who are going to look stupid. Yeah. If they have a poor season and he doesn't perform, you guys are going to look stupid. It's as simple as that. It's going to go one way or the other.
We know that could happen, Diesel. We know that could happen. That's the thing.
Yeah,
we know that it could go the other way. The Arteta out people, and I'm not saying just you personally or whatever, but what I'm saying, most Arteta out people, they don't want him here. It's a simple fact. They don't want him here.
Yeah, but
they don't want him here.
Do you not see why?
What do you mean?
We're a
I'm
big
saying
club still, like,
if we start winning, I'm saying
No,
they don't
yeah.
want to look at the other side, Diesel. They don't
No,
want
but
to see the other side.
there is no other side, Tel. You know what it is?
Exactly,
Like,
you're right.
You know what it is, right? You
Now
know
on
what
the
it
head.
is,
Now
right?
on the head.
Right?
You just did the nail on the head.
Hear me out,
No
right?
other side.
What it is, right? What it
No
is.
other side. You said it.
Yeah, right. When you look at the season, right, we've just had, yeah, right. Look, every Arsenal fan, if they're being honest, right, and look, we do have a lot of absolute dickheads in this fan base, right? Don't get me wrong, yeah, but no, there's no Arsenal fan who's stupid enough to think that we're going to win every single game, right? All clubs lose games, right? It's how we yeah, but if we're being honest, right, it's how I'm talking about the vast majority here, right? But it's how we lose, right? And we've always said this on this channel as well, right? If we play a game, Tel, and we all play well, every player puts a shift in, but we still lose. There's a way you lose, right?
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
And I think that's where we've got really angry about it, because how many times have me and you done watch-alongs on here, and we've said, they weren't even in second gear, and they just rocked up and comfortably beat us. I don't want to hear that this season. I want to hear Man City, Chelsea, whoever. Yep, they beat us today, but I'll tell you what, we bloody made them work hard for it. You know what I'm saying? That's what. So if we lose, Tel, go down fighting. I can handle losing, right?
I agree with that.
If we've done everything we can to try and win the game, but we lost it. They were the better team on the day, right? As a fan, you got to put your hands up and say, it's like you coming back from the game and I ring you. How did we play? No, we played well today, but they were better. We did play well, but. Tel, I've not got an issue, right? Because games are won and lost. We get that. What I don't want is a team rocking up, playing average, and beating us comfortably. That's where I start losing it, because I'm like, hang on a minute, my God, we just made it easy for them. And how many games last year did we do watch-alongs on and thinking, what? We were walking today, not running. Come on, Tel. And that is where I think, because that's not just last season, that's happened continuously. I think we lost 17 games last season, right? And in a lot of those, I'm sure it was 17. And in a lot of those games, Tel,
was it 17? No.
In all games, all competitions?
It might have been all competitions.
Right. I'm sure that's a stat I read earlier on. And it was, and in all those games, Tel, let's be honest, they rocked up at the Emirates. Yeah, they didn't get out of second gear. We've said it, haven't we? We've said it, right? They won it. They didn't even break a sweat, and I think that's what it is. That's where I said to you earlier on. That ties in very nicely with what I said to you about my only defense of Arteta, right? Is in some games they just didn't play for him. Both those semi-finals, me and you, even you said it. We treated it like 2 training sessions, right? And do you know what I mean? And that is a little part of me that feels a bit sorry for him, because I'm like, do you know what? You need to get these players to play for you, but they've also got to want it as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So, it's look, we'll see what happens this season, Tel. My only thing is, how can you put your trust in players who have continuously let you down? It's like you said earlier on.
Saka let you down? Saka let you down last season.
No, but I just said he can't do it on his own. He can't do it on his own. Tel, they can't do it on their own.
Hold on, this is what I'm saying. Diesel, come on. Smith Rowe, did he let you down? Saka, did he let you down? Pepe, did he let you down? Apparently, a lot of people saying Pepe had the season of his life last season. Did Tierney let you down? Did Partey let you down? Everyone's saying that our team last season basically.
The facts don't lie. Look how many games we lost. We finished 8th.
I'm not saying that we're not. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. You're saying how many players let you down last season.
Yeah, but you win as a team, Tel. You lose as a team. Right, Saka can't. Listen, I said it to you earlier on. These are youngsters. We're talking about boys of 20, 21, right? Yeah, they need time, Tel. Right, they need time. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you now, right? This is what I said to you about the likes of. This is why I can't stand the likes of Xhaka and aubameyang, right? Because these are senior players. These are international players, right? They're experienced, right? And yet they were being outshone by a 21-year-old kid. I'm 40, right? You're a bit older than me. We're talking about a kid who's 20 years younger than us, right? I'm sorry. That should never happen. And it did. It did. Smith Rowe, right? Come on, Tel. Even when he had a bad game last season, at least he worked hard. He tried. Didn't come off for him, but he tried. Yeah. These experienced senior players hid. Tel. They hid. right? So whenever Saka and Smith Rowe had a bad game, they took a lot of stick. Oh, he was crap today. Yeah, he was crap, but you can't expect him to pull a rabbit out of the hat every single week for us. These boys need help. They're young kids. They're young kids playing against big men here. Big men. They need time. Saka's going to be class, but he needs time. He can't do it all on his own. And this is what I'm saying. You know, those games last season, yes, they did let us down, Tel. They did. They let Arteta down. Not all of them, right? But the vast majority of those senior players, Tel, right? Aubameyang's the biggest one for me. Let that manager down. Let his teammates down. And yet we're going to put our hat on him, right? To be the shining star. These Xhaka, Bellerin, if he's still there, Leno, Rob Holding, the same players who have let this guy down, right? Are we really going to be putting our trust in these players again? You know, and that's what I'm saying. If none of these players get sold, this is what we're going into the season with. Yes, we've got 3 players and we've got the youngsters, right? But blimey, they Smith Rowe and Saka, they can't do it on their own. There'll be games where they'll win it on their own for us, but we can't expect them to do it week in, week out. That's very unfair. They're good. They're not that good, right? If we were talking about Lionel Messi here, different story. Ronaldo, different story. They can win games on their own, on a regular, right? They're not in the same league. I love these players to bits, but they need time to grow and develop, right? And at the end of the day, like listen, I won't support any fan who berates these two because they had the odd bad game here and there. They cannot do it on their own. They're kids.
Oh, exactly. I agree with that. They can't do it on their own.
Right? They need help.
Exactly. Yeah. These all we can do now is wait until tomorrow. Obviously, we're doing the watch along, see how we get on then, and 2 weeks' time will be obviously when we know exactly what is going to happen in the transfer window, because that's when it shuts. Look, we've been going for an hour and a half. Can't believe how quick it's gone. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming in. We really appreciate it. Please hit the like button or the dislike if you know what I mean. They all help out, not a problem. But yeah, thanks very much for coming over. Big start to the season tomorrow. Arsenal kick it off for the third time. I think is it on a trot? I don't know if it's on a trot, but the third time on a Friday night that we've kicked it off. So tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Well, no, what time we'll be doing it?
Yeah, before you carry on, read this comment, because this is Lone Star, who is in your corner, not mine. Sometimes
listening to you is like going around about the wrong way, mates. With my mother-in-law at the wheel. You're a great lad, but daft as you're talking about, mate. Thank you very much, mate. Not a problem. But we'll be back tomorrow night for the watch along. Let's see what happens. And that's all we can do, innit? That's all we can do as fans. But just quickly, finish it off, Diesel. Prediction for tomorrow.
I'm going for I think I've got a feeling it's going to be a draw. So I don't think there'll be a lot of goals. First game, big KG. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
Okay, I'm going to go. I'm quite positive for tomorrow. I'm going to go 3-1 Arsenal. Going 3-1 Arsenal. Everyone, stay safe. Please come back tomorrow and watch us. Obviously, we're doing the watch along, seeing how Arsenal get on, seeing how Arteta and the boys get on, and then obviously there'll be a lot more drama tomorrow afterwards.
Sorry, Tel. Jake was asking me the other day. Are you doing a fantasy league?
If I get time, I will try and set it up, Jake. If I get time. But thanks very much, mate. Thanks, everyone. See you all tomorrow. Stay safe.
You got the one. Come on, AJ. Come on. Well, tomorrow we'll have loads, but don't worry. They haven't watched it yet. All right, no worries.
Stay safe, everyone. See you soon. All stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow for the watch along. Peace out.